Hello, friends. So I thought to start doing these live videos with you guys where I'll be sharing things I'm learning with you. So, who is live with me? It's David Lawal, the Masterful Speakers Coach here, and let's get started. And this is going to be a very brief one, okay? So, if you're watching me, let me know who is live with me. Let me know. Okay, so I thought to do this because I felt that it would be a time for you to get to kind of know me a bit. I believe that I can reflect with you on the things that I'm learning. So I wanted to learn with me from whatever book I'm reading, whatever article I'm reading. I read articles, watch videos, do all of these things to expand my mind and to make sure that I am at the cutting edge of things, to flood my mind with new information so that whenever I get to speak or write, there is always something that someone can hear and will like, whoa, that's amazing. I never really knew that. And because I also coach people and kind of counsel people, so I have to always be ingesting lots of insights so that I can be of tremendous value to people. So I wanted to do this so that you too can know the things that I'm reading, so that you can share with me, so that you can reflect with me. And I also felt when I was thinking about it that it would be an opportunity for you to at least get to know me a bit, because I'll be able to talk a bit about myself. So today I am going to tell you a bit about myself. So the book that I want to show you today is Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. So this is a book that I got a few years back, and I've been actually looking at it, and it helped me prepare for marriage actually, because you see, when it comes to marriage, the number one reason people have conflicts in marriage is because they don't understand themselves. Like, the man does not understand the woman and the woman does not understand the man. So men and women are different in the way that they think, in the way that they feel, in the way that they express their feelings, in the way that they process things. We all know that, but in what ways are men and women particularly different? So I have two books on my shelf that address that. Here is one of them. The other one is, let me see if I can just see it immediately. The other one is an interesting book. I'm not done reading the book, but I've read it to an extent. But don't worry, when it's time, I'll be able to share that with you. So, how many of you have ever read Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus? So what I want to do right now, because I'll be going to church very soon, what I want to do quickly is that I want to just share with you why I love the book, why the book had been tremendously impactful to me. Now, look at the book. Look at it. Look at the front cover of the book. This is actually a copy from my uncle, who is a retired army officer. So look at it. Look at the subtitle, A Practical Guide for Improving Communication and Getting What You Want in Your Relationships. Now, who wouldn't like that? Who wouldn't want to communicate better if communication is like the lifeline of every relationship, right? Who wouldn't want to communicate better? Who would want to communicate better in their marriage and other things like that? So I love that. And for the very fact that I love to help other people become better communicators so that they can live better, love better, and lead better. So it's really just a book for me, and I totally enjoyed reading the book. So if you open the book, you would actually see that I have several places to the very end of the book all marked up. You won't be able to see it because of the brightness of the light. So I actually, let me tell you this, I really did not understand women. I did not know anything about women, okay? Because I belong to a family of four. I am the first son, and my younger brother is the second child of the family. We had the second son, actually. So, right? So I lived in a boys only world, and even my mom's younger sister, who had four children. One of the children was the firstborn. The girl actually passed several years back. So all the four boys left, rather, a family of five. All the four boys left. All the four children left are boys. So that was it. And several people in my extended family, they are men and boys. So I lived in a world of men. Okay. I lived in the world of boys, so I did not really understand much about girls. Initially, I used to think that girls never really loved. Like it was boys who always caught feelings, and girls would then, whenever they just feel that this guy is handsome or is amazing, it's just someone I can respect, then they can just say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna give you a chance. I don't feel anything, but I know you're feeling something, so I'm just pitying you, and I'm willing to admit you into my life. So that was such a crazy way to think, right? But that was the way I thought about girls. So I never knew anything about girls. I went to a boys only secondary school, Nigerian military school. So I'm an ex-boy. For those of you who wouldn't know, I think it's always surprising for people to get to know that. So I went to a boys only school, and so I understood almost nothing about the female gender. Now I had my mom really raised my younger brother and I, but that was my mom. I did my mom did the responsibilities of a man, so so there wasn't much that we could really pick from her to know about women and girls particularly. So reading this book really helped me to even understand my own mom better. After reading this book, then in interacting with my mom, and I started to see the way that, some of those things that didn't go down well with me before I read the book, when I interacted with mom, some of those things I was really confused about became very sensible to me after reading the book. So what I want to do today is just read the acknowledgements. No, I'm not going to read the acknowledgements. I'm going to start from the introduction. I'll just read a few lines out of the introduction, and that'll be it. Tell me what you get from it. If you've ever read the book, let me know you've read the book, and feel free to share with me what you love the most about the book. Now, just before reading, I will say that this book actually helped me to learn how to communicate. That's the reason it was actually made, right? And it also has helped me to be a relationships coach. Now I know that my masterful speakers know that they've been able to talk to me in the past about their own relationships. I've given them some advice, given them some counsel, but a lot of people may not know that besides public speaking, besides teaching people how to write and speak and lead, I also teach people about relationships. I do that. You guys may not know that, but my masterful speakers know that. So I told my masterful speakers that on the very day that I get married, I would get my own marriage counselor certificate, so I become a certified marriage counselor. So yeah, I'm still growing in that, but I've got my certificate, okay? So I'm going to be focusing hugely on the relationships that lead to marriage and the marital relationships that people are in. So if you ever have any challenge with that, or you need advice on that, you can call me up on Messenger. You can get my WhatsApp contact and reach out to me. It will be a tremendous pleasure to help you to enjoy the glories of life and the glories of love and the glories of leadership everywhere, in every aspect of your life. So introduction. The author of the book is John Gray. Okay, so remember, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, a practical guide for improving communication and getting what you want in your relationships. John Gray. Introduction. A week after our daughter Lauren was born, my wife Bonnie and I were completely exhausted. Each night, Lauren kept waking us up. Okay, Bonnie had been torn in the delivery and was taking painkillers. She could barely walk. After 5 days of staying home to help, I went back to work. She seemed to be getting better. While I was away, she ran out of pain pills. Instead of calling me at the office, she asked one of my brothers who was visiting to purchase more. My brother, however, did not return with the pills. Consequently, she spent the whole day in pain taking care of a newborn. I had no idea that her day had been so awful. When I returned home, she was very upset. She was very upset. I misinterpreted the cause of her distress and thought she was blaming me. Now she said, I've been in pain all day. I ran out of pills. I've been stranded in bed and nobody cares. So that was what John Gray heard from her wife back then, Bunny. So listen carefully. I said defensively, why didn't you call me? She said, I asked your brother, but he forgot. I've been waiting for him to return all day. What am I supposed to do? I can barely walk. I feel so deserted. At this point, I exploded. My fuse was also very short that day. I was angry that she hadn't called me. I was furious that she was blaming me when I didn't even know she was in pain. After exchanging a few harsh words, I headed for the door. I was tired, irritable, and had heard enough. We had both reached our limits. Then something started to happen that would change my life. Bonnie said, "Please, stop. Please don't leave. This is what I need you the most. I'm in pain. I haven't slept in days. Please listen to me." I stopped for a moment to listen. She said, "John Gray, you're a fair weather friend. As long as I'm sweet loving Bonnie, you will hear from me. But as soon as I'm not, you walk right out that door." Then she paused and her eyes filled up with tears. As her tone shifted, she said, "Right now, I'm in pain. I have nothing to give. This is when I need you the most. Please come over here and hold me. You don't have to say anything. I just need to feel your arms around me. Please don't go." I walked over and silently held her. She wept in my arms. After a few minutes, she thanked me for not leaving. She told me that she just needed to feel me holding her. At that moment, I started to realize the real meaning of love, unconditional love. I had always thought of myself as a loving person, but she was right. I had been a fair weather friend. As long as she was happy and nice, I loved back. But if she was unhappy or upset, I would feel blamed and then argue or distance myself. That day, for the first time, I didn't leave her. I stayed and it felt great. I succeeded in giving to her what she really needed when she really needed me. This felt like real love, caring for another person, trusting in our love, being there at her hour of need. I marveled at how easy it was for me to support her when I was shown the way. How had I missed this? She just needed me to go over and hold her. Another woman would have instinctively known what Bonnie needed, but as a man, I didn't know that touching, holding, and listening was so important to her. By recognizing these differences, I began to learn a new way of interacting with my wife. I would have never believed we could resolve conflict so easily. In my previous relationships, I had become indifferent and unloving at difficult times simply because I didn't know what else to do. As a result, my first marriage had been very painful and difficult. This incident with Bonnie revealed to me how I could change this pattern. So that's why I love this book. Now, I do not love the very fact that John Gray had divorced in the past, right? I don't love that fact because ask me about divorce. I am not for divorce. I believe in the words of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ that whatsoever God has joined together, let no man put asunder. Those whom God has joined together, let no man put asunder. So that's exactly why I love this book. I love this book because of the practicality and the stories and the amazing pieces of advice that if you could heed, I can assure you your relationship is going to be better. So I might still come back and read some other parts for you, but tell me, what did you learn from that story that John Gray told about his interaction with his wife Bonnie that radically transformed his life? He would have actually walked away feeling like the wife was blaming him rather. He would have walked away and would have lost their marriage again. But notice, the wife was willing to teach her, was willing to teach her, not leaving her. I've been saying her. The wife was willing to teach him, rather. The wife was willing to teach him, not leaving him, right? And that really helped him a lot. That transformed his life. That changed him. That made him understand women better. So what can women learn from this story? And what can we men learn from this story? So I would like to get your thoughts in the comment section. And What are those things that you are currently learning? What lesson have you learned today? Please feel free to share it with me in the comment section. Till I come your way next time, I remain your friend, your coach, David Lawal. See you next time. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the day.